Your partner has been distant and you don't know why. For the sake of the relationship, you have to get down to the bottom of this because this can be a red flag to a much bigger issue. This is why I'm going to list out 5 possible reasons why your partner has been distant. But before I get started, if you're not already subscribed, please take a moment and do so. The reality is that adulting is hard, and I'm here to help you through it with weekly advice videos that I post every Friday. Now let's get started on that list. Number 1, you're not doing the small things. These things are needs that your partner has expressed to you in the passing that don't seem like a big deal at the time because of the way they say it. But make no mistake, these things that seem small to you are actually a really big deal to your partner. Maybe they need help with the dishes, or they need you to stop making a mess in the bathroom. Maybe it's a joke that you keep making about their hair or their outfit or their weight, and you find it funny, but they ask you nicely to stop. Now, your partner does not make a big deal out of it. They're not kicking and screaming and throwing a fit. In fact, they say it very gently. They might use language like, "Do you mind?" Or they might say something like, "Can you please?" Then the subject is dropped and it's never spoken about again. You don't realize how deeply it's bothering your partner because had you known that, you would have absolutely reacted. But because of the way they say it, you take it more as a passing request. And you drop it, don't do it, and move on with your life. The problem is, even though they made this request in the passing, it's something that's been truly bothering them. When they brought it up, even as a quick single sentence, it was something they really needed you to do or to stop doing. Something about it was really affecting them, and they needed you to listen to their need and support that. When they see you repeating that same action, they shut down and feel like they're no longer a priority to you. They don't feel listened to. They don't feel heard. It might seem silly to you. Why would it be such a big deal? But think of it like this. That thing might not be a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to them. And it might actually be pointing to a whole mountain of issues that they're dealing with. That thing, that small thing, is the straw that breaks the camel's back. And even though you see it as a straw, they see it as the thing that's breaking them. It is so important to listen to your partner when they ask you to do something or ask you to stop doing something. And by turning around and starting to do those things, you're going to open up the door that you shut by neglecting that. And in turn, they will start to feel closer to you again. Number 2, you are dismissing their emotions. When they get upset or bothered about something that you're doing, because it's not a big deal to you, you tell them to stop being so dramatic. In your mind, you're just pointing out that their emotions remind you of a soap opera, and they need to stop with that crap. But in their mind, the things that are affecting them, the things that you are saying, is truly doing damage. And therefore, it is a big deal. By dismissing that, you are telling them that the things that are hurting them, the things that are bothering them, and the things that are upsetting them don't matter to you. The moment you call them dramatic is the moment that you are degrading them for the crime of opening up to you. Receiving a negative and degrading reaction for them trying to express themselves to you will cause them to shut down because you are teaching them that you are not a safe place to open up to. It is okay to not understand why they are upset. It's okay to not understand why something you said or did would bother them or hurt them, like they're saying that it does. But in the end, it is important to make an effort to try to understand them and support them regardless. This way they can move forward feeling loved by you. And they don't feel like they have to build a wall to keep themselves from continuing to feel hurt. Number 3, you are diminishing their experiences. Just because it seems like a molehill to you, that doesn't mean it's not sitting on top of a mountain. The reality is that a lot of times there are things that have been building up over time. And this causes your partner to get upset over the seemingly small things. The molehill is just an addition of weight that's already piled on top of their mountain. And what they're already dealing with feels like too much. It's also important to recognize that things that might not be a big deal to us still can be a big deal to our partner. But that doesn't mean that we are right and they are wrong. It's a matter of perspective, and their perspective matters. Just because something wouldn't affect you in the same way, that doesn't mean that how it is affecting your partner is the wrong way. And you're not helping them by telling them it's not a big deal, because it is a big deal. It's just not a big deal to you. Telling your partner that they are making a mountain over a molehill can cause them to push away from you, because they might feel like you're not even making an attempt to understand them. This is why, if you don't understand, it is so important to ask your partner, can you help me understand why this is such a big deal to you? Can you help me to understand your perspective? By asking this, you are helping your partner not only to feel more loved, but to feel like what they're going through matters enough to you for you to try to make an attempt to understand them. And making an attempt to try to see things from their perspective will also help you to understand how you can better support support them. Number 4, they are pushing you away because they are afraid of you hurting them. Maybe you've been distant these days without even realizing it. And this is causing your partner to wonder and question things. They might even be questioning your loyalty and dedication. It could also be the opposite. They might be pushing you away because they might be trying to create distance to better prepare both parties for the coming pain. If this is happening, it is important to sit down with your partner and have a loving conversation with them. Don't just assume it might be happening. Talk to them, see what's going on, see if you could get them to open up. In fact, they might not even be planning on ending things with you. They might be worried that you might because you both are going through a rough patch. This is why communication is key. Number 5, your partner might be going through something completely unrelated to you and your relationship. They could be going through some family drama or struggling with their mental health. Work might be stressing them out and there might be some drama happening there that you don't know about. There are endless possibilities to why your partner might be distant, and so many of those could possibly have nothing to do with you. But because their behavior is affecting the relationship and how they've been behaving so distant lately, it is important to talk to them about it. And also to talk to them about it because of your general concern for their well-being. Let them know that you have noticed that they are a bit more on the distant side, and ask them if there's anything they need from you during this time. By doing this, you are opening up a safe space by being the person they can talk to, and you are letting them know that you are here to support them. Thank you so much for taking the time and watching this video. Remember that I give out weekly advice that help you to live a better and happier life. And don't forget to check out my other videos on relationships. I hope you have a beautiful day.